the Wrathborn were empty shells. How does it know to retreat?
Even a war beast knows to run when it's outmatched.
We're one step closer to the High Celebrant in Zivu Wrath.
One step closer to an end.
With the pyramid ships in the system, this is just the beginning.
Move, Lightbearer. You're going to lose them.
Dead. Cryptolith, unguarded. Bring your peace, Crow.
What for? A hive rock won't help you control him.
No. The Vanguard controls you. We just have a bigger rock.
The lure is doing its job. At least that's one thing going well.
Having a tough time finding a comfortable place to sit while we do the heavy lifting?
A stone perch suits me well enough.
They're on the run. You got a sparrow?
At least this Wrathborn wasn't a Cabal gladiator. Or a Colossus. I would need a bigger rifle.
The Cabal are not so mobile. Fallen serve better for reconnaissance.
Even the Scions?
They are brought into Wizard's Courts to serve as psychic lodestones for ceremonial dive into the deep.
The dark energy is intensifying near the cryptolith. The Hive are coming.
They suspect nothing. Do not squander the element of surprise.
We'll hit them before they even know we're here.
It's abandoning the cryptolith. Did we win?
We have the upper hand, but now we need to finish the job.
Well, let's...
We're improving. Soon we'll be able to predict their movements, just like you.
When Mercury vanished, the Infinite Forest did as well. With it, my ability to interpret the flow of time. The future is beyond my sight.
The dark energy is intensifying near the cryptolith. The Hive are coming.
They suspect nothing. Do not squander the element of surprise.
We'll hit them before they even know we're here. It's retreating to more favorable terrain. Don't let it set up defensive positions.
Stay right behind it, Guardian. Keep up the pressure. Success. I hope Spider is impressed.
I wouldn't bet on the spider's kindness. With him, it's better to have leverage.
This one. Their house broke colors not 2 weeks ago. I guess they didn't make it. What a shame.
Zivu Wrath thrives on the instability of waning leadership. To your subjects.
Is it running away?
That depends on whether or not you can stop it, old light.
I most certainly think we can. Watch and learn.
My shore is crawling with unsavory personalities and garish highball taste. I reach out, try to be reasonable, but they don't talk. They don't deal. Well, Ireland is a universal language.
Lightbearer, you're going to lose them.
Did anyone else pick up that strange sonic artifacting?
Now that you mention it, I was picking something up, but the signal was inaudible.
I didn't notice it at the time, but I remember hearing something. It's faint. A feeling of want.
Scorn enclave nearby. Let's finish this before they're on top of us.
The Scorn fear me. I'll block their movements.
Alone?
They respect my authority over the shore. It's one of the few benefits granted by the spider's sigil.
It's abandoning the cryptolith. Did we win?
We have the upper hand, but now we need to finish the job.
Turncoats and cowards. A lot of them. They get what they deserve.
It's all we can do for them, deserved or not.
You've struck a blow against Evil Wrath, but her blade will not be so easily blunted. She will come back with a host of new Wrathborn, harvested from the countless wayward fallen.
What drives them? Spider may not be the ideal Kel, but there's one on Europa that unites the Elixni. Baron, we have Elixni near the engagement zone. We could wait.
The battle lines have been drawn, and everyone on the shore knows it. They're with the Hive. Deal with them accordingly.
The Hive are retreating.
Stay right behind it. Once it stops, finish it off.
I'm detecting hive energy signatures incoming. It's working.
You sound surprised. Wounded it. Don't let it escape or it'll rally reinforcements. A little scrappy, but it'll get the job done.
I don't see you down here with us dodging lasers.
We prefer to remain out of sight. The lure's doing its job, Guardian. Good luck.
Sometimes I feel like we're the bait.
Flag bearer, you're going to lose them. Well done, Guardian. Remind me not to get on your bad side.
Don't worry. My guardian isn't the type to hold a grudge.
Once we eliminate the High Celebrant, maybe the spider will let us choose our own path.
Don't be so naive. He never lets us do anything.
Another cryptolith. Another Wrathborn eyesore. Be a good fight. Burn it down.
We will have them removed soon, Baron.
Don't be long. My shore needs its enforcer.
It's running away. I thought the Hive knew no fear.
It won't run for long. It's gathering reinforcements. Stay behind it.
I'm afraid Spider is getting impatient. I was hoping his gratitude would earn us more leeway.
He'll never let us go willingly. If we want to be rid of him, we'll have to do it ourselves.
Just remember that it's my life and your light on the line. Whatever is being drawn to the lure used to be fallen. Not anymore.
Evil Wrath's magic has perverted these creatures, twisting them into abominations that are neither hive nor fallen.
Charming. Let's give it the welcome it deserves.
Success. I hope Spider is impressed.
I wouldn't bet on the spider's kindness. With him, it's better to have leverage.
This one is mine. Good riddance. Defectors to Eremus. And now this. Crow. String it up. Pick its bones. Do whatever you people do to make an example.
So many desperate souls pulled in by the cryptolith's allure. Let us rid them of their
Wrathborn were empty shells. How does it know to retreat?
Even a war beast knows to run when it's outmatched.
Once we eliminate the High Celebrant, maybe the spider will let us choose our own path.
Don't be so naive. He never lets us do anything. The lure's soulfire brings the Wrathborn to us.
You put soulfire in these things? How?
Trade secrets. Maybe one day I'll teach you. It's retreating to more favorable terrain. Don't let it set up defensive positions.
Stay right behind it, Guardian. Keep up the pressure.
The Hive are retreating.
Stay right behind it. Once it stops, finish it off. Wrathborn on the run. They're afraid of you.
If only we could uproot the cryptoliths and stop this madness.
They are burrowed deep into the crust. Remove them would split the shore apart.
Damn cryptoliths. I hear them digging into the shore. I want that racket silenced.
Tell your fallen to keep their distance. Tigor Wrath will twist their ambitions against you.
Forced insubordinate nation. This disgusts me.
It's running from the cryptolith. What should we do?
It'll return at full strength if we don't finish the job. Chase it down.
Great job on the lure, Crow. You got a knack for this.
At least it's a skill I can put to a noble use.
Yet another cryptolith? You assured me of a quick end to this hive incursion. I see no end in sight.
We're swimming against a fierce current, Baron. Tibu Arath corrupts new soldiers as quickly as we felled them.
Perhaps I should leave this matter to the Vanguard. I can make better use of you as a simple skull cracker.
That could have gone better, but we're not dead. Let's call it a win.
Pardon my young light-bearer's inexperience. He's still learning.
Tigor Wrath's stench permeates this entire area.
Not for long.
Crushing follows. Make them think twice about flaunting their presence on the shore.
It's driving them mad. The best we can do is put them out of their misery.
Cruel mercy for a cruel world. Grab a shovel and bury it.
So many Elixir Wrathborn. Have the Cabal formed a resistance to the cryptolith?
Their size and strength make them prime candidates for other positions. Throne guards, beasts of conquest for knights to feed upon. There are fates worse than this.
Crow, when did these cryptoliths start showing up on the shore?
Not long after the disappearance of Mars from the reef's sky.
The dark energy is intensifying near the cryptolith. The Hive are coming.
They suspect nothing. Do not squander the element of surprise.
We'll hit them before they even know we're here. The Hive are retreating.
Stay right behind it. Once it stops, finish it off.
The lure is doing its job. At least that's one thing going well.
Having a tough time finding a comfortable place to sit while we do the heavy lifting?
A stone perch suits me well enough. It's retreating to more favorable terrain. Don't let it set up defensive positions.
Stay right behind it, Guardian. Keep up the pressure.
Did you see its eyes? Reacting to stimulus with no thought as to why.
I wouldn't want to go on like that.
Agreed. Next time I build a lure, I'd rather it be for fishing. I hope that I can do more to help the Vanguard after the High Celebrant is defeated.
You're so eager to trade the yoke of the Spider for that of the Vanguard. Don't mistake their good intentions for virtue. You'll find politics and self-interest everywhere, even in the tower.
That was too close for comfort. Maybe next time I should step in.
I know you want to help, but it's important to keep you out of sight.
You want to keep me all to yourself? I don't blame you. I used to think that these poor Elixni could be saved or redeemed. But now I'm not so sure. When I look in their eyes, I don't see fallen. All I see is the darkness of the Hive.
You cling to your belief in redemption for them, or for yourself?
But to slay your enemy in battle is one thing. But to turn Elixni into these creatures, it's cowardly.
Your compassion is curdling into anger. Good. That's a proper attitude to take toward the Hive.
How many of these Wrathborn led full lives before they were seduced by the cryptolith?
You think it would not drive an arc blade into your chest if it remained as it was?
Elixni aren't so unreasonable when you use words. These poor Elixni, they're just empty shells filled with darkness. If that ever happens to me, I hope you'll put me out of my misery.
Whatever is being drawn to the lure used to be fallen. Not anymore.
Zivor Wrath's magic has perverted these creatures, twisting them into abominations that are neither Hive nor fallen.
Charming. Let's give it the welcome it deserves.
One thing I'll say about these criminals, anti-discipline in my ranks. Watching you ruthlessly destroy these Wrathborns has made defectors think twice.
We're here to strike back against the Hive, not to keep your house in order.
Whatever justification you used.
Good job on the lure. Here come the Hive.
Let's wait until we survive to celebrate.
You're a light bearer, Crow. Survival is mandatory.
We all know the drill by now. As soon as they hit the ground, light them up.
You'd think they'd learn, but every Wrathborn seems as surprised as the last.
Even if forewarned, they would be powerless to stop their actions. Zivor Wrath compels them to madness, to death.
I recognized that one. We'd crossed paths before.
An omen, maybe. Old friends. Made enemies. Something like that.
That reminds me of a saying I once heard. The bones of what we become act more powerfully than the flesh you leave behind.
Quinn.
Sleep in peace now. The pain's over.
You show a great deal of compassion to the enemy.
These Elixni weren't so wicked before Xivu Arath drowned their minds in chaos. They were just lost.
Sometimes death is the only route to redemption.
Your successes are due in no small part to your lures. Perhaps I could study them after your campaign ends.
Everyone knows you're an expert on the Vex. But I had no idea you were also so interested in the Hive.
My interest grew after interfacing with the Hive aboard Oryx's dreadnought. As they say, know thy enemy.
through this route. Provide a distraction for the next. Or clear the blockage.
None will remain standing. The route will be clear.
He thinks you a sycophant, young awoken. Eager to please and lap up his scraps.
Unlikely. We have an understanding.
They're on the run. You got a sparrow?
Good riddance. It's a shame the Hive are bad for business. They're so splendidly obedient to authority.
Obedience has its limits, Spider. So does authority.
Maybe so. But authority gives the world order and meaning. And obedience gives the powerless a place in the world. Isn't that right, Lightbearer?
These cryptoliths are fascinating. They seem to be cybernetic in nature, like me, but they also have biological components.
The first of my scavenger crews to discover a cryptolith tried to dismantle it. They say it grew back by the next day.
What happened in the end?
You killed them.
Xivu Arath's influence spread so quickly after the pyramid swept through the system.
She is emboldened by the presence of the darkness.
Io, Mars, Mercury, Titan. I can't believe they're gone.
I've been tracking the Wrathborn's movements. They're using the city's confluence as a transit way.
That's a dangerous place. Not all the routes are mapped.
Maybe for outsiders, but I'm starting to understand some of the symbology in this city.
You're losing your prey, Great Hunter.
We're not far behind.
Of course, of course. I hold every confidence in your success, and every tally of your failures.
Channel is secure. What do you need?
It's important that nobody here sees Crow's face. If Petra learned that Prince Baldrin is alive,
We can't hide them forever.
What is the Shattered Throne? This Wrathborn traveled through it.
Good question. Maybe we...
There's a nexus point in the Ascended Plane, wrapped around a throne that was meant to anchor the city here. It serves other purposes now.
Trying to reset the engagement.
Stay on its tail, but remember, stay hidden.
I can see the High Celebrant's motions through the Ascended Plane. There are pockets that I still can't identify, but... Guardian, when this ends, just know that I'm grateful to have worked alongside you. Some offer themselves, but this one is not hers. Put it down. Quickly.
ever since we've known it, that doesn't mean it always will be.
Things change.
They sure do. Eyes up. Incoming Wrathborn.
Wrath calls the Wrathborn back to the Ascended Plane.
I guess they don't want to fight. Sword logic might flaps.
Prudence and cowardice are often confused. The same with foolishness and bravery. Soulfire thread trails from that one, leading into the Ascended Plane. We can trace its route. It may head to the Celebrant. Surely Xivu Wrath would know of this vulnerability.
Good. They should know we're coming for them.
Prepare for contact.
I'll leave this one to you, Guardian. Let the hunt begin.
Entering position. Maybe try to put some tape in between us.
Let it. The Taken don't frighten me. Do you think if we found another Karabon here, we could wish the Hive out of existence?
That never ends well. and most of their remains were sealed away following the Great Hunt.
I'd like to hear more about that. Perhaps Spider has some literature. What draws so many armies to the city? Is something buried beneath all this beauty?
I don't know exactly, but the Taken seem to be at the heart of what went wrong here.
Then we will remove them.
Voracious. You're welcome to try. Not let the Wrathborn rejoin its master in the Ascended Plane.
Easier said than done. This place is disorienting.
It was built of whims and wishes. That's to be expected.
Wrathborn on the hook. Let's see what the light can do.
You've already seen what the light can do. You're alive, aren't you?
Too bad the lure doesn't keep them in place.
It would make for a cleaner execution. One without so much struggling.
The followers of Zebra Wrath heed your summons.
They're in for a surprise. You ready for this?
It's running? Since when do the Hive fear death?
It is not fear. Zebra Wrath strips all things but want from their minds.
Some of these Wrathborn are stronger than expected. The cryptolith is no longer only turning the weak.
If we don't stop her, how long until Zebu Wrath starts converting Awoken? It's looking for a tear into the Ascended Plane.
Let's put that craven thing to rest before it causes any more damage.
We're getting better at this. In no small part to your guidance, Osiris.
You still have much to learn about the Hive. But yes, progress is being made.
You rub elbows with the Vanguard High Command, right?
Elbows? I suppose. As much as an exile can.
They must trust you to welcome you back into the city. Thank you for not.
We make a good team, Guardian. It's a shame we never met before, or I might not have died in the first place.
Then I never would have found you. All things happen for a reason.
Live Wrathborn incoming. Look at it. Like an animal twisted in wire. How could Wrath do this to her own?
Some alter themselves. But this one is not hers. Put it down quickly. You've struck a blow against Zebra Wrath. But the Hive, God of War, will not be daunted.
So we press on. If we can spare even a single life from her torture, we must.
Dreaming city. Once the Awoken's pride, now a cursed shell.
I feel a terrible weight in the air.
Tragedies, miscalculations, and betrayal. Too many to count. That was a clean takedown.
I guess it's back to the shore.
Spider cleared us to hunt for 36 hours. We have some time.
A reprieve.
Guardian, we're here if needed. Otherwise, I'll be testing my light.
He's trying to do some things he saw you do. It's wonderful. And awkward.
Glint.
How is my light-bearer handling his return to the homeland?
He's motivated, but remains ignorant.
Nostalgia is a distraction.
The Wrathborn approaches. Destroy it before it escapes.
It's on the run. Stay close and get end its misery.
You think death will release this creature's mind? Interesting.
I hope you're ready for a fight, Guardian.
I can't wait to see them in action.
We can do the same things they can, you know.
Does anyone else hear those whispers? You mean the horrific sub-audio wailing that we normally hear around the Hive?
I'm serious. It was a voice. A real one. It sounded regal.
You spend too much time hanging around worms and tumors. Maybe let the Guardian take point for a while.
The Hive has heard your call. They approach.
Good. Let's light them up. For Sagira.
It's trying to escape.
Why don't we just let the Taken handle it?
Even if they did, we'd just be taking from one high god and giving to another. The only way to end this is to eliminate them all ourselves.
Dreaming City was once the heartland of the Awoken. Now a prize bauble for the Hive to fight over.
Are they so bloodthirsty that they tear at their own?
The Hive are unburdened by the bond of sin.
It's making a run for it.
Stay on it. It needs time and space to slip away. If you need tactical on your next lure, I'll be nearby. Rather not return to the shore. Nor do I wish to break down doors or spill blood for Glimmer.
Today we're fighting enemies of the light. This is more what I had in mind when I revived you. We make quite a team. It's unfortunate we'll have to return to the Spider soon.
I doubt the Vanguard would like a Guardian working under Spider's employ. When things calm down, maybe Commander Zavala can apply some pressure.
Did the Hive Wrathborn have any more choice than the Elixir?
Maybe more. Willing.
I wonder if they know regret.
How many is that now?
Enough to relieve pressure on my Baron's holdings.
For now. Do the Awoken command territory in the city?
I wouldn't characterize their presence as strong, but their soldiers are battle-hardened.
I'll take that into consideration. When you return, don't...
Picking up on your lure signature.
Wrathborn converging on your position.
Set your lure at the cryptolith to draw the Wrathborn out.
If we're not quick, it'll retreat back to the Ascendant Plane, and we won't be able to follow.
The more powerful the lure, the more powerful the Wrathborn. And the closer we get to the High Celebrant. Osiris, they call you clairvoyant. Can you see if we win?
A rumor. My knowledge is gleaned from many lives in many times.
And countless battles.
Yes. A never-ending conflict, it seems.
I've heard the stories. Danger is a quick teacher.
Sure. There's a buzz and talk of my enforcer.
What are they saying about me?
You're brutal. You're ruthless. You are whatever I want you to be. I'm taking things are progressing to my satisfaction.
Yes, my Baron. We've eliminated another of the Wrathborn.
Good. The sooner you return to the shore, the safer we'll all be. Hive aren't the only danger in the Dreaming City.
Trying to reset the engagement.
Stay on its tail, but remember, stay hidden.
Another shipment of berry and boughs and minty tinctures safely casts off for the shore.
Wrathborn walk parallel paths through the Ascendant Plane.
Maybe we can retrace their steps back to the High Celebrant.
We need more data points, but it's possible.
The Ascendant Plane is a vast realm. This won't be an easy feat.
Sigira's death deserves an answer. Let's get started on those data points.
These pathways. Like a half-remembered dream.
They were willed into being by the Awoken. Your people.
Then we walk its halls as protectors. It's done. Feels like we're making progress.
We are. one step at a time.
With the light, I may live long enough to see this city fully restored. Curse broken. I'd like that.
Me too.
Something in the cryptid noticed me. I feel...
The call of Sivu Arath. Crow, focus.
Yes. I'm here. It's gone now.
The call of the void can be seductive.
Don't worry, Warlock. I'm not easily smitten. How does the cryptolith do it? Corrupt their minds, I mean.
By granting desire, it is the drug of singular purpose.
To be twisted by your own ambition. I would rather die.
People are Wrath, calling him Wrathborn. Perhaps she senses the forces of light at play.
We have to stop it from getting back to the Ascendant Plane. Who knows what it might tell her?
For Wrath's plan lacks subtlety. She moves in the open, and that is why she will fail.
I don't think she fears being seen.
There are other reasons to hide besides fear.
I wish we could just leave the hive to tear at each other. It'd be so much easier to destroy once they've worn each other down.
Your patience will only strengthen Sivu Arath's dominion.
Does the curse build and fall? The Wrathborn seem to draw power from its motion.
You have a keen eye, young Awoken. The magic here is stitched deep. It has a rhythm.
Times, Guardians before. Such efficient killers.
Glad you think so. Remember that when we're negotiating payment.
The cursed city has a quiet beauty to it.
It's the stillness of death.
Warlock, how goes the campaign?
At pace with expectation? No. Had I my light, I could split the atoms of Zivu's treasonous worm from where I stand.
It's a hard thing to lose. I know a few who tried to get it back. We should speak in person.
Channel is secure. It's just you and the Guardian.
There's a woman who's taken notice of me.
Now's not really the time for romance.
I've tried to lose her in the mists, but she's very skilled.
Wait. Does she have an eye patch?
You know her? Do you know her name?
I know she's someone you should avoid. A conversation for another time.